Zainal, good jump, but the header going nowhere. This is Nazri. Trying to catch the Pahang defense off guard, but it hasn't happened too many times this season. They haven't conceded more than 1 goal in all their matches. They've only conceded 8 throughout the tournament. And that's a remarkable effort. Halis Shafiq once again going in blindly. Lovely free kick by Fandi Ahmad, picking out his Singapore compatriot Bohan Abu Samar. The shot's on, was taken. Abdul Aziz Hamid. And that was Pahang's first effort of the evening. It went well wide. But Pahang have shown this season that in the 90s, a defense-orientated team will do much better than an attack-orientated team. They've strengthened their defense, and that has worked wonders for them. A league title already in the bag, and nobody's going to argue that they'll be the favourites to win the Malaysia Cup as well. Stephen. Good ball by Stephen freeing Sundram Murthy. Sundram finally finding some space. Couldn't put it to good effect though.
Lovely ball from Stephen Tan to put it to release him there. And once again, as Stephen did earlier on, Sundram didn't really seem to make up his mind what he was going to do with it. Didn't have such an accommodating goalkeeper this time. I thought the Perak goalkeeper almost threw it in the net on Saturday.
Here's Fandi. Dola. Trying to do a nutmeg on Aslim Harun. Almost succeeding. Oh, a lovely touch by Sundram Murthy. That's a class footballer at work once again. Wonderful. Stephen! The ball almost falling so kindly for Stephen Tan. He challenges for the header now, but the Pahang defender always favoured to win that one. And Singapore get a throw-in.
His little touches, his little flicks, his layoffs and so on are just ooze class. He looks a quality player.
Sundram once again. Oh, look at that. He's putting on a performance of his own for the crowd here.
Well, I think if he's fired up by the prospect of playing against his ex-employers, then that's all to Singapore's good. I hope he can withstand the pace. Maybe a bit short on match fitness.
Good touch by Stephen. A good cross. Hasnim had a chance. He just didn't connect with the ball. A pity there because it fell quite kindly for him. He got in between the Pahang defenders quite well and almost got his head to the ball. I would have thought that he would have done much better if he had used his feet then. Syed Farouk, well checked. The crowd urging him to push the ball forward. Sundram finding some space again, away from his marker. That's good play by Sundram Murthy. It's a corner to Singapore. Stephen Tan, Michael Zainal, lovely save by the goalkeeper. It was a difficult ball to take in mid-air. He did well to get the volley in, and the goalkeeper, second choice goalkeeper Muazzar Muhammad, certainly did very well to cover his angle.
The marking's dreadful here. Michael Varner runs forward, and the two Pahang players get in each other's way, and he makes a token effort there. Unlucky, difficult ball to get a clean strike on. If we see it again here, gets away, just probably caught him just above the ankle there.
Using his right foot, a very rare occasion. Azharuddin. Zainal is very dangerous with those headers, and he almost got one there. Dangerous run over here. Fandi Ahmad volleys. And he did his former teammate a favour then.
Well, that was a real let-off. I mean, a player of Fundy's ability there really must score. It's absolutely essential you hit the target in those positions, and it sailed way over the top. Radun was stranded there. But look, he's got time. Oh my goodness.
He tried for this spectacular then when an almost shot would have done, but the Singapore defenders were quick to close down on him as well.
Yeah, that's fair comment. And in fact, the goalkeeper got back in position, but you must hit the target in those positions.
There's Ali Saad looking for options. Hasn't got many. A very tight Pahang defense. Sundram. Quite the stylish way out. Oh, lovely ball by Stephen Tan. Picking out Michael Vanna almost immediately. Lovely play by Alan Davidson. He was almost losing control and almost falling out. He just whacked the ball straight at Michael Vanna's body for a goal kick to Pahang. Well, Pahang are not one of the best supported sides in the league. That tag goes to Selangor, but they certainly come out in full force tonight. And their team doing well, you certainly wouldn't mind traveling away. In fact, I only know 2 teams who travel away to away matches. And the team are losing. Well, Singapore could be down by a goal now. A gallant effort by Ahmad Yusof. But Radun did well. It's quite an easy catch for him. Pahang's plans to cram the midfield tonight have backfired. Stephen Tan! Chance to score. Well, that time it was Michael Vanna whose first touch certainly didn't reflect the skills he possessed. Good effort by Stephen.
Stephen did well, tried to get a shot in. Michael was very unlucky here. He just stretched to get to the ball and nicked it away from the goalkeeper, but by that stage it was moving away from the goal, and the defender managed to get a challenge in. Very frustrating.
It's the first real chance of the match so far. With 27 minutes of play gone by.
It's our first real chance, Mike.
Sundram once again with one of his delicate back heels. Hasnim, nobody there. Pahang have been pinned back into defense for the most part of the game. Syed Farouk looking for the run of Malikov. They're playing for handball. And judging by the proceedings so far, you wouldn't believe that Singapore and Pahang are separated by such a wide margin. A chance, oh, almost there. Stephen it was, I think. Yes, almost getting his first goal for the national team. He wins a corner though. And he's been looking very bright up front.
I think it's quite encouraging, Mark, though. The chances are beginning to come. And at the same time, Pahang themselves don't seem to be posing much of a threat. We should probably say that and they'll come away and score now.
Haslim. But then again, last season, Singapore were having the lion's share of the possession in the match against Pahang. That went down by Zainul Abidin goal. Good ball once again by Stephen. Lovely move here by Singapore, Michael Vanna!
Well, that's a bit of class to build up there. Lovely ball in from Stephen. Nice little layoff from Sundram. Michael Vanna took it on. The angle was very tight by that stage, but he got a good strike on goal. Did hit the target, which is the essential thing, and it can always break free. Almost squirted out of the goalkeeper's grasp there. But this is most encouraging at the moment. Good time to score towards half-time.
Vanna once again. Experiencing some very tight marking from Salahuddin Chotros. Malik. Good effort by Malik Awad. He's had a superb game so far, Malik. He's been all over the pitch. He's been distributing, and he was shooting there, almost troubling the Pahang goalkeeper.
He looks a lot more like the old Malik, actually. He seems to have a lot of running in him, and he's got some devil in him at the moment. Not a bad effort at all. I think it scraped the post, actually.
He's putting in a lot of bite to this Singapore midfield at the moment.
Yeah, it appeared to just run down the side of the post. Certainly, I think Sivaji can be well pleased with Singapore's efforts at the moment. And it would be excellent if they could just sneak a goal before half-time.
Sundram. Good play by Sundram. Very good ball control under such a tight situation. Ali Saad. Bana jumping well for that, and Fandi had to come back to clear.
Oh, that's right. In terms of desire for the game, Singapore have got everything to win. And for Pahang, I mean, if they get a draw, if they were to go down by 1-0, it won't matter that much to them.
Aswin with a good cross. Stephen. Lovely ball by Stephen Tan. Nasri. Was Fandi back to do some defending, and the fact that you have an attacking midfielder back to do defending certainly speaks a lot about Singapore's possession play at the moment.
It's a pleasure to see Fandi playing back in his own penalty area all the time. He's certainly not going to cause us any problems there. And the crowd's getting right behind the team as well at the moment, Mark. They're enjoying this, they're appreciating the Singapore efforts.
Fandi had to foul his good friend Malik Awad. Hasnim. A good cross. Curled inside, but Alan Davidson isn't going to be beaten by a cross like that. Ball control let him down there, Stephen Tan. Sai Farooq. Good effort. He scored a tremendous goal against Johor at the Larkin Stadium from almost 25 meters out. Abdul Aziz Hamid, a midfielder who's been called back all evening. He's been back in his own half, defending. Fandi. Terrible miskick by Razali Saad. Could have put the Singapore team a lot of danger there. Bana chasing very hard. Azharuddin Aziz gets the better of Bana. Good effort. And Dola Saleh did a little bit of defending for the Singapore team there. Good effort though by Abdul Aziz, taking it a first-time effort.
The defence must keep its concentration. It's so easy when you've got all the game to ease off in the defence there and let someone like Zaino get away from you.
Good ball then by Nohalis to Sai Farooq, turning defence into attack almost immediately. Stephen is free on the outside. They use him now. 5 players awaiting the cross. One of them is Sundram. The other is Kadir Yahya, who had the final effort and blasted it wide over the bar.
Actually, I thought that was a very good chance indeed. The ball broke quite kindly for him, and I'm pretty sure he had a lot more time than he took there.
Borhan Abu Sama. We haven't seen much of Borhan. Ahmad Yusuf. Zainal giving the ball away. This is Nazri Nasser. This is the best time to score a goal. Pahang have got almost everybody up front. And Mick Brown will claim that it was a good foul committed by Fandi Ahmad, because Singapore were 5 against 5 at that time. Sundram taking it to the byline. And now back to Nazri. Good cross. And Fandi is almost playing for Singapore at the moment. Vana will be the key figure. Ghazali Saad it is who takes a free kick this time, and he wins a corner. Almost full half-time on our watches. And the referee S. Subramanavan of Kuala Lumpur has decided that it's half-time as the teams troop out for their 15-minute break, and the crowd certainly wouldn't have enjoyed the referee's decision so far in the match. But Singapore have had most of the play in the first 45 minutes. They haven't had a goal to show for. Pahang have looked very dangerous on the counter-attack. It all makes for a very good second half. Join us then.
A clear vision, expert design, hydroflow cushioning, all that, and yet they're still not officially Brooks shoes. There, now they are. Brooks, built to make you better.
Plus, it's all about winning. Thompson, we changed the way you look at television.
Welcome back to the National Stadium. No goals. Pahang have showed us why they've only conceded 8 goals in the tournament. The defense has been very sound and very well disciplined.
Yeah, that's an excellent record, Mark. They've got only conceded 8 goals all season. And you can I said at the beginning of the game that I thought Alan Davidson was the key character there, and I've seen nothing in the first half to change my opinion there. He just marshals the troops very nicely. They crowd the ball, don't give you any space, but allow you to play in your half of the pitch. They just all come funneling back, get position, get goal side.
Good ball by
Great
Stephen.
ball.
Defense splitting pass. Looking out for Sundram. He can do damage whenever he's on the ball. Not that time though. Good play by the defender, Mohammad Tahir. I must say is having an excellent game marking Sundram tonight.
Yeah, Sundram's been very tightly marked. He's shown some very nice touches in the first half, little flicks and layoffs. But in that one-on-one situation, he's not actually got the better of his man so far. Of course, playing the sweeper system with Alan Davidson behind, they can afford one-on-one.
Vana. He's been doing a lot of things. Oh, what a great effort by Michael Vana. That was... Any player would have been proud with the shots, but he got it on target as well. Sundram. Sundram's turn to show his burst of speed now. Look at that.
Actually got a surprising amount of power on it from the angle that he was at.
Latif Abdullah came in for Haslim during the half-time break. But Haslim stays on the pitch for hopefully another 45 minutes. Said Farouk, oh, lovely ball by Farouk. Haslim, Singapore players still dominating play, stringing their passes around very well, confidently. Bohan to Kader Yahaya. Malik, Said Farouk. Pandit was who pushed him out of possession. Oh, great tackle, Kader Yahaya. Excellent play by Kade. It's been a revelation all season. Kade Yahaya is brought into the team to actually kill opponents.
That's a bit strong, Mark, I think, kill.
Stephen, Michael Varner, the obvious choice. Lovely touch by Michael Varner. Great control of the ball. Good play by Stephen. But he tried to squeeze it through a sea of defenders.
It's a lovely little trick from Stephen. He trapped the ball between his feet and just swung it round and away from the defenders. And his height actually came to his advantage there. He was up and away. Very sneaky.
One of the bright prospects in Singapore football. So he certainly wouldn't want to play as football in Division 2 next year. Michael Varner almost getting Singapore's first for the night.
That's clearly the best chance we've had. An away swinging corner from Stephen. Michael Varner got away from his marker and got a clean head on the ball. I'm sure he'd be fairly disappointed that he didn't hit the target there. I must say, Mark, that I'm very impressed with the organisation, Pahang. Of all the teams I've seen in Malaysian in the Semi-Pro League, they look much the most disciplined team in the system of play. They seem to have jobs assigned and they stick to it.
Well killed, Sunjati. Very difficult ball to take. Ball was accelerating as it got on. He's got a goal from the header this season. We're not looking for him, it's Haslim. Nasri, lapse of concentration on the part of Nazri Nasir. Could prove to be very fatal. Zainal Abidin. Sandro Radun couldn't believe his luck there. Zainal just passed it to the goalkeeper. Cool play by Alan Davidson once again. Michael Urukalo. Surprised to see him, Jamie?
Yeah, even more surprised to see Jurgen Martins behind him, our manager from Tiruit Soccerites. He still owes me money.
Your opponent's half. It's half the battle won. Haslim, finally we're seeing a little bit of the old Haslim Harum. A good cross inside. Varner. They just waited and the chance is almost gone. It's not over yet though. Stephen manages a shot in. Ricochets off a defender. And Haslim just couldn't control it. It's so surprising that it's still 0-0. He's not had a very good season, Haslim. And the best way to forget all his season's doings is, of course, to perform to his utmost best in Singapore's last two matches, beginning with this one. Zainal. That's a typical Zainal Abidin dive, isn't it? He waits for the defender to come towards him, and then he just lunges over the feet of Nazri Nasir. It's quite physically checked then by Nazri, but I'm sure it wasn't that bad. Maybe you could compare Zainal, as far as theatrics are concerned, could compare him to Jurgen Klinsmann.
The very man I had in mind there.
Danger for Singapore now. Nick Brown must be quite happy with his team's defending. Mozza Muhammad has had a good first half. He's Pahang's number 2. Haslim. Touch to Varner. Haslim trying to do a little too much there. Good tackle. A little overzealous though, Nohalis Shafiq. It looked as if he won the ball. New Singapore hero on a former Singapore hero then. And we see Pathmanathan Well, it would have been a fitting tribute for Padmanabhan to win his last Malaysia Cup trophy, but it looks like it might not come unless he stays on for another season. Bola Saleh. Amidst all the glamour and glitter inside the side. Ooh, Fundy. That's where the danger lies. He loves coming in from the blind side at the far post, Fundy Ahmad, to power those headers in.
I should think Pahang are quite happy to see Fundy getting into attacking positions instead of defending all the time. That's presumably why they wanted him up there.
The Singapore team at the moment, though, losing a little bit of direction.
Took the words out of my mouth there, Mark. I just get the feeling that perhaps the pace is beginning to tell on the Singapore team. They don't seem to be doing as well at the moment.
Haslim brought the ball down very well, but a beautiful challenge on him by Sundram's marker, Mohammad Tahir. Sundram once again. And he squeezes his way past all the Pahang defenders. It seems almost impossible to get around the Pahang defense. Abdul Aziz deciding to get into the action in the middle of the field. "16 minutes of the second half gone by. Singapore 0, Pahang 0. Good effort by Hasnim. Great improvisation by Hasnim Harun. Took the ball down well, and an excellent volley. Yes, the Lions are losing a little bit of steam now. Sundram, good play by Sundram Muthi. Oh, this is a lovely solo run by Sundram. But once again, the Pahang defenders were so disciplined. Fandi Ahmad came back to stop his former Singapore and Pahang teammate.
That's a great run, Mark, wasn't it? That was worth the admission money on its own. Lovely skills indeed. And actually probably could have fallen over in the box there. The defender came in, made a challenge. Probably did make contact with him, and he rode the challenge and carried on. Seen a lot of players who would have dived then.
Vana, it's his turn now to show a little bit of skill. He managed to get the cross in, but nothing more. Oh, dipping, and almost going in. A lucky break for Malik Awab.
It took a heavy deflection there and was spinning all the way. We could badly do with a little bit of luck like that, couldn't we?
In fact, Pahang have been having a lot of luck this season. No injury worries at all. The stars have all been there, except for Fandi Ahmad, who missed a few matches. Kanan is warming up. Sundram is down with an injury at the moment. Vana! That was agonizingly close.
Almost a carbon copy of the corner kick from the other side, where he headed it just over. Once again he made the early run, got a yard on his marker, and that time he pushed right the crossbar. We're beginning to feel it might be one of those nights. Stephen's last touch in the game, taking the corner. He's just got in front of his defender. Very, very good.
The timing of the header was superb as well. Glanced it brilliantly. And Kanan has come in. We were discussing this during half-time, Jamie, but Kanan coming in and probably the probability of Michael Vana dropping into midfield. It's not materializing at the moment, though.
Well, at the moment, Sundram's only just got back onto his feet after having some treatment. But it would certainly be ideal if Kanan would play up front with Sundram, because that allows Michael Vana to drop deeper and to run at defenders. And that's definitely him at his best.
30,000 spectators coming to watch Singapore play Pahang. They're certainly watching a five-star game here. Kanan, good play by K. Kanan, side Farooq with an effort, Oh! That was so close once again, and it's another corner for Singapore. When will this end? Pressure without goals.
It's certainly the best spell that Singapore's had, and we're certainly looking dangerous from corners. I was a bit worried that they were playing it short again there. I like to see them knock it into the middle, because Varna's getting the yard on his defender quite regularly.
Farouk. Back out to Hasnim. Back, good cross inside to Varna once again. Enterprising Michael Varna. Lions will kick themselves if they lose this game. They've dominated in every prospect. Hasnim. Good play by Hasnim. Good ball as well to Michael Varna, who took that one beautifully. Wonderful skill shown by the Singapore number 20. He's going all the way. Well, he wasn't going to beat Alan Davidson. Trying to win some of the fans over from the National Stadium, Zaino. Said Farouk. Hasnim. Menacing Razali Saad. He's always prepared to take a shot. So is Sundram. Good flick inside for Varna. A good ball down. And, well, Kanan was in two minds there. Losing a little bit of steam, the Lions. They're not shutting down the Pahang half like they used to do. Sundram and Varna asking for the ball, played quickly by Kadir, but Kadir is going to run all by himself until Alan Davidson came in with an all-important check. And I think Sundram would be given the man of the match award now, because he's knocked Alan Davidson out. That could be the best thing the Singapore striker has done all evening around.
Changed the corner kicker this time. Cannon's trying it out now.
Quite a good one as well. And so far the corners have either gone too short or too far deep. Zaino, the header on. Dola Saleh. Good work by Dola. Zaino. That was our hero against Perak, catching the ball very well, but not kicking it well. They know they need to win this match.
No criticisms of their commitment, endeavour, and so on.
Varna once again looking for the opportunity, and once again it really amazes me how he gets up among the big guys to get that header in. And at the moment, Pahang are content to just sit back and defend. So near, and well, it should have been a free kick. The referee didn't award it. A strange decision on the part of the referee. Kanan certainly pushed the goalkeeper then. Varna, as usual, so brave in coming in.
Out of camera, we've got Sandro Rodham, who's now over the halfway line. He's doing a bit of a Rene Higuita here. Perhaps he's going to come up and go for the header.
Yes, a chance! Oh! That would have been the best chance of the match of getting a goal. Varna struck it so sweetly, but that was a brilliant save by Muazzar Mohammed. Superb shot by Michael Varna. And a great save. Certainly reminds you of the match against Johor, when Omar Salim pulled off a tremendous save from D. Devaraj.
The goalkeeper did tremendously well there. Came through a crowd of players and just dropped on the ball and held it nicely. Michael Varna got an excellent shot in, and it had been a good corner as well.
Dola Saleh. Danger for Singapore now. Pahang on the counter-attack. Ahmad Yusof, we haven't seen much of him, but he's getting into the act now. Zainal Abidin has headed the ball back and he has scored for Pahang. Singapore demoralized. Unbelievable. Dramatic, but surely they don't deserve that.
That's coming off Sandro Redden's foot, isn't it? Now off the defender. Off the defender and then gone through Sandro Redden's legs. Oh no. It's a hard game, football. Singapore had all the game. Just come the closest they've come all game to scoring. Away come Pahang and they score.
In the very last 2 minutes, Varna came out to the bench, took a drink and just threw his water bottle aside. It just sums up the frustrations the Singapore players are feeling at the moment. But credit to Pahang for defending so well and scoring on the counter. And Singapore have got to score 2 goals to stay in Division 1. And you have to do it in about 1 minute. They can't do it in 89 minutes. They can't even score a goal in 89 minutes. Now they're asked to score 2 in a minute. It's surely impossible now. Pahang have sneaked a victory from out of nowhere. Sandro was a hero against Perak. Well, he lapsed in his concentration there just for a short while. And Zainal just pounced on that. Kadea Haya was Razali Saab rather, trying a last-ditch effort. And this certainly reflects the season Singapore has had. Luckless.
Well, the bench tells the story there, doesn't it? You've rarely seen 5 more sad-looking, sorrowful-looking faces. And it's what happens to teams when they have a bad season. It's what happens to teams when they have a very good season. You know, you get that little bit of luck and it goes your way. When you're at the bottom, you have that little bit of bad luck and you lose games that you don't really deserve to lose.
Michael Varna has played his heart out all season round for Singapore. Good effort by Kanan. And surely now this will be the last match we'll witness at the National Stadium as far as the Semi-Pro League is concerned, the Malaysia Cup is concerned. It's all over. Singapore have lost in one of their best performances this season. Luck hasn't gone their way. Zainal Abidin has scored again at the National Stadium.
Perhaps it's not the end of the road for Singapore. They may extend the First Division, I read today. Increase the size of the First Division. Perhaps we'll stay up after all.
Well, for Michael Varna, Alan Davidson, of course. Poor fellow. He tried his best. He's a frustrated man. He almost got a goal for Singapore in the last few minutes. And no way can you get a match like this at the National Stadium, where one team dominates almost 80% of the proceedings and end up the losers. And that sums up the season for Singapore. The last match we're going to see this season at the National Stadium, we await the Malayan Cup now. And hopefully they'll extend the league to 14 teams. And we might see Singapore, after all, still in the top flight next season. But for now, they're to the second division, and they still got a match against Kuala Lumpur, which could salvage some lost pride for them. The Lions are wounded badly.